the feedback last week, and it's given us even more energy. We're more pumped as of today, just because of your desire toward a better chapter and successes, which is quite healthy and assuring and comforting that we're not stuck in the past. Yes, we understand it is necessary to change, but what's next? So the focus was there. So not necessarily just to change for the sake of change, right? It has to be an up, a topping what we've built before. We cannot just say we're just going to change for the sake of change. No, it is inevitable. It happens everywhere, not just in business or our business. It's not unique to us. It happens everywhere. But how do you change? How do you compile and compound your success to a higher ground? That is what I want you to start feeling with me. We're not repeating so much of the past. We've got so many lessons, and the transformation is going to be more careful, more cautious, less talking. Our actions are going to beat our, conversation or words. So I will try to satisfy your curiosity about where exactly are we now? Okay, where are we? What is exactly the next chapter? And what is, maybe you want to call it the next business or the new model? All right. So I'll dive into that and keep it as brief as possible. Where are we now? Okay, exactly. We are in Onpassive. Let's not talk about the moon. Okay, we're still on planet Earth, and we're quite aware of, a troubled year. We had bigger marketing. Okay, it's a good thing for business, but ahead of our production. I'll say it as blunt as that. Okay, and it sounds like we have felt we are there already. Success is in hand. This is my evaluation. We felt that we got it, we killed it, the numbers are massive, everybody's loving the concept, and it's a done deal. Mentally, do it or die, we go there, and everybody was living it. It's like, one thing I want to achieve with you, and help me out, okay, is before we talk about the next chapter, we have to have a proper mindset and an upgraded culture. We're not going to be talking about how successful we are. We're not going to be talking about how good we are. We're winning all. We're not going to do that. This time around, we're going to make it silently, quietly. We're going to win first, and then we can blab about it. I've seen people so, all the times, they're thinking about a trip to Dubai. And they're living like as they own the town. And they even haven't booked the ticket, or they didn't take off, or all that. What I'm trying to do now, this time around, we're not going to talk about it. I don't have to blab about it. We're going to do it. And I'm using that as an example, but we're talking about a bigger business scale, okay? And I'm not going to talk about, I'll be making this much, or we have 1, 2, 30, 50 products before actually living them, trying them. We're not going to talk about that. We've learned that lesson. We're not going to grow and win backward. Actions must beat conversation and talking and marketing. Success shouldn't be Instagrammable or whatever, TikTok or so. We have to do it. It matters more that you actually do it than talking about it. And I see people often they talk too much and they brag too much when because it's easier said than done. They continue the conversation to the point where they surpass the reality. So now they paint that picture to themselves and to others that 1, 2, 20 when they're actually in just step 2 in that journey they've laid out. If I'm using the same analogy in numbers, I'm going to say this time around what we're going to do, when we're in step 20, we'll talk about 15. By the time we talk about 20, we'll be at 25, and so forth. Just an analogy. So now, as we want to move to that, I hope you understand we don't want to over exaggerate in expectations, in marketing, in claiming success before it happens. We must do it first. Then we can talk about it. I'll tell you what, you don't even have to say it. When you're successful and you're doing good, and in reality, and you grow to where you want to go, it goes without saying. People will recognize that. And does it really matter? Success is not about likes and clicks and views, and it doesn't reflect the true success or the true love or reality.
But remember this, last week we had 275,000 views, just to show the faith of the people and the belief in the people through this company. This week we added multiple YouTube channels, big ones. I ask that you like and subscribe to whatever YouTube channel pops on.
I'm going to use a ridiculous example. If Hitler was here and he has an X page, like Twitter formerly, okay, don't you think he would have like millions of followers? Even haters to Hitler would want to see what is he saying, right? Journalists, media, all of that. So it doesn't reflect that it's actual love or success. But change within and making that impact, like really making a difference, that's more impactful and more meaningful. Because there's so many people, most of the people, they come to Earth, they leave unnoticeably or unnoticed, and they're just numbers. And there are people that even when you're not with them physically, they still some way in your mind are making a difference. They inspire you to do better. I guarantee thousands of us collectively every day, we think about, pick any name on the screen. I don't want to be, specific. But just for the sake of illustration, who doesn't think about Mr. DeGarmo or Johnson or, or Minu, even when they're not there? Not because of how good they are to themselves, or, if we're not getting anything in return or somewhat benefiting, we wouldn't be around them. We wouldn't be thinking about them. Because there's some people that you just come around them, they are just always grumping and, quite complaining about everything. And you just don't want to be around them. They wouldn't be. And there are people, they just focus on you. They give you their heart, their time, their wisdom to lead you to a better you. And that's why you would give them your time. And you trust them, of course, okay? And you always get something. You wouldn't listen to Red Redfern, okay? Whatever the time is, unless there is some return. Make things, more clear to you, addresses some important matters to you, and that's how we grow. So you give me what you have, I give you what I have. Collectively, we have, or we form that greatness. Because one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. But a little bit of good of you, good of me, we bring it to the table. And there are people just like you cannot have enough of them because they're always positive. They give you that good vibe. Nothing is more destructive to your future or business or life than being around negative people that you don't want to become them. So it's a choice to follow. Now we have to grow. If you're moving along in that transformation, be clear and solid. I trust this. I believe in it. I am moving with a choice, my own choice. Nobody's forcing you to go along, right? And I'm talking to the public right now. But it's a mistake. It's a massive mistake if you're going through just out of curiosity or somebody told you to do. I haven't seen any creativity comes from somebody who's forced to do a job or any type of activities. The best success, creativity, accomplishments come when you have passion, conviction, love in what you're doing with the right people. Now, any other opinion, if you're with us, outside our network or atmosphere, it's a distraction. If you want to listen to it, if they propose a better choice, a better plan to you, I'll be happy to cheer for you. But don't take evaluations from somebody's either whether unknown, complete, bogus, ambiguous, personality, no track record success, no history. They haven't done anything good for humanity. They're always, grumping and bitching about everything. Make sure you follow people who are ahead of you. They've done it before. They have track record. They can prove, and they at least they're not going to diminish what you've achieved on your own or previously. Nothing worse than taking advice from somebody who's less qualified than yourself. So we're all clear that we must change. We're all clear that this change not going to be the same as the past. We're going to have less talk about specifics. We can talk more about things when they're there. Now, the question is, when do we move to the next phase? Okay. Very short and sweet to the point. Okay. We wouldn't talk about the next phase until, number one, completely detached from the previous culture or mentality or mindset. If you're in the same mentality 3 years ago, we're not ready, including myself. If I am in the present now, have applied all the knowledge, all the mistakes, all of that to the next, then we're good. That's one. Second thing is, we are not moving to Onpassive 2.0. We're not moving to a refurbished Onpassive. I said it last time. We don't have any commonality between Onpassive and next chapter, one common. As of now, you're not in it. Only Ash Mufareh. Only myself. Not a line of code, not a product or office, country, one single staff member. None of that has moved or will move to the next chapter. Are we clear on that? Now, if you come along, you would say, yeah, we have Onpassive in common. So it was you, myself, in a different business. Are we clear on that? We will not go to the next chapter until we complete our case with the SEC or conclude it. We're very optimistic and hopeful that it will be a good outcome. Potentially within the next 60 days. Within the next 60 days, potentially this could be resolved favorably. That has to be done before we talk about the next chapter. So mindset, okay, be clear that this is not repeating or repackaging. SEC case must be done. And then the technical preparation must be done. So what are we doing? What are we busy with right now? It's all about preparation, because I believe every day either you prepare for tomorrow or repair from yesterday. So either you prepare or you repair. For the last year or so, okay, we've been repairing and preparing. Repairing mistakes and, criminal acts of others, fatal mistakes, that we had to fix because they were lack of experience, character, and they just got a position. People wouldn't follow so and so because of what they've done for them. They didn't do anything for anybody, right? They just had a position. We had to listen to them, or others invited them, or we've kind of like sent them to attend events and all of that. So they thought they're like, oh, I'm the boss. I'm you know uh, an angel on earth, right? Because people can really get fooled by pictures or all that. It's only a title. Leaders are not taken by their title or position. Leaders get everybody ahead of them. That's why I believe the next chapter, which I will talk about, by the way, is more powerful than what we've had before, for the reasons I will list in a bit. So as we move forward, okay, we can expect. I'll give you, updates and progress on the SEC case. We will communicate to see if we're mentally ready to start talking about the next phase, and therefore, reveal. But technically, it must be ready before we talk about it. So, hypothetical display. I'm not going to be done. We're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, that's a dream. Okay. I'll come here on the screen. I'll walk you through the products. And I tell you, if you're impressed, take it. You don't have to. Not going to be talking about something you don't see. Not going to talk about a dream. On a personal side, I talk to you, I chat to you, I tell you all my passion, all my vision. Okay. Yes, no problem. I'm not having that as a secret. But when it comes to the mechanics, a specific product or whatever, or platform, we'll not talk about it. We'll put it out there. We'll tell you, here it is. And then we talk about how to get there and all of that, right? Live. So I think I'm going to talk about the next chapter, more of what it is not. First, it is not Onpassive 2.0. It is not a money-making Ponzi. It is not a refurbished product. Not because we have to. No. This is what we want. It is not going to be multi-level marketing. None. It is not a matrix. It's not a binary. None of that. Not multi-level marketing /MLM. It's not. It is not a passive income program. It is not a program. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. And it is not a rebranded Onpassive. Nothing from Onpassive is in the next chapter. Nothing. Sure, the experience, the lessons, yeah. No employees, no locations, not a device, not a single line of code, not an image, not a website, none of that. Which brings me to say, we're not leaving Onpassive. Onpassive is there, still has, even beyond the SEC settlement, there will be a few pending cases and matters that we have to settle and clear. I'll keep you posted on that as we go. To the point is like, to what's important, how much you need to know. We don't need to brew too much on negativity. I know people are more intrigued by drama and all of that, but as a brother to you, it's not that productive. Our time, energy, and focus should be where we want to go, to things that actually will make a difference in your life and around you. You want to make an impact. You don't want to die just like it doesn't matter how much you have in your bank account, how tough you are. What matters is what you leave impact to the person next to you, behind you, around you. It is worth it. It is worth it. So keep your eyes on the goal, on the dream, not on the past, and just be more optimistic. Let's do it quietly. One of the mistakes we've learned that showing our success attracted the wrong people. We were a good hunt for them. And obviously we had criminals in-house on the payroll, right? And them seeing your treasure was so attractive to them. We're not going to boast or blab about that until we win. To me, it's like a naked chicken dancing in front of a fox. We don't have to do that. You know about it. Your families live in it. That's all what matters. And what is the next business? So I kind of like said what is not, and be careful with that. I want to tell you up front, don't ask me about questions. What about this? Because we've had it on Onpassive. Don't reference to Onpassive. New chapter. Why, Ash, do you believe this is going to be a better success? I tell you what, we've done it before. It was a success. We've attracted millions of people, good and bad, and we've taken the time to weed out those bad, hopefully, and keep the good, deserving people with us. 5-6 years ago, we didn't have this many committed, loyal, intelligent, sharp leaders. We were fewer, right? And we were still new in our relationship. Now we have a ton of memories, together. We know more about each other. We trust each other more, and we see the possibilities. What do you expect with that? We're talking about hundreds of thousands. So we're not starting from scratch or from the beginning and start building that relationship. This is what I was referring to when I said, as negative it was, on the corporate side, attracting the wrong people, but at the same time, the best part came out of it, which is attracting you and many thousands around the world. It's a true, international and global network. Say an island, small country, big country, we have somebody there we can count on. Now, together is nothing we cannot achieve. With this desire, strong desire and belief to, the future, doing something better. What makes me believe that we have more experience? We've learned lessons, very expensive lessons. We know exactly what not to do. As much as it was somewhat good success, but that's a price, that's a phase that's taken us to a better level now. There are still a couple of things that we have to go through before talking about the next chapter, and that Onpassive is not shutting down soon. We will say business as usual, but we choose how to do and perform that business. Okay, good news. We're not going anywhere. A lot has changed, yeah. Okay, but still there. So we're compounding on it. Whether it's a bad phase, good phase, it's just, we're not denying that it happened. And it's a part of who we are. It brought us together. But make no mistake, the next phase of this journey is definitely stronger, better, way bigger.
We are the unicorn. We are the stars.
Bob, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Brother Chris. Hello, Mr. Ash. Good to see you.
Hello.
Thank you for coming out again. I think you have been very clear in setting the blueprint for us moving forward. That was very, very clear, crystal clear. You said we have to detach ourselves from our previous mindset. That was number one. Number two, you said we are not moving to Onpassive 2.0. We have nothing in common with Onpassive. And then you said we have to clear the SEC case. Number two, then the third point was we have to prepare the technical preparation have to be done. So, that was very clear. Everybody understands that that's what we have moving forward. My question to you is, Mr. Ash, is You also said that one of the mistakes that you made was treating the previous team as partners.
Mm.
When you said that, I was like, Ash was just being Ash. That's Ash. That's who you are. We all saw it. We all saw how you did, how you treated these folks, give them gifts to make them feel free so that they can have their innovative mindset on. So my question is, did this cause you to be apprehensive with this new team? If not, why?
No employees, no locations, not a device, not a single line of code, not an image, not a website, none of that. What about the new team? What do you mean? Like, what's going to be? Unmute. Bob.
Yeah, yes. So your approach to this old team was very loving. You will give them gifts, cars, and everything. Your mindset was open with them for them to do what they had to do. So I'm saying we are now saying that it was a mistake for treating them like partners. So how are you with this new team? Are you apprehensive? Do you have
I'm not
reservation?
against treating people good or with generosity and respect and giving them flexibility. I regret doing that to the wrong people. So it's a matter of knowing people better, and if they do, they deserve my eyes, and organs.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
not because somebody misbehaved, that's going to change who we are. We're just going to get better at knowing who deserves this treatment. There are definitely people who deserve that kind of treatment even better. Of course. Always good to see you, brother. All right. So back to Brother Chris Johnson. And you were Horizon, a broader one, fresh one, okay? And being liberated and freed up from the past. That's why it's a good thing. Because at some stage or in many occasions, we were kind of like limited because we've said it. So it's like an obligation. We just have to deliver what we said when we knew this could be better because we constantly learn. And another reason to believe it's going to be better, not only the technical aspect, is just because what we've addressed with Brother Bob is, we get better and in finding, the right trustworthy people, okay, or trusted people where they're more talented and all of that, and more of a corporate operation, but exact description to what we have, not just a corporate, classic corporate, but a modern corporate that is humanized. Okay, and so technology moves fast, and we got the talent that is up to that advancement, and add more creativity to it. You have to have people that will do it. I'm going to give you a different way to tackle the situation. In the past, I knew my vision. I used to tell you, you know what? Your head is going to spin. Do you remember that phrase? Okay. We didn't get to that. Okay. A little bit of connect, but didn't get to where, Ash wanted it. I can tell you now, my head is spinning about the creativity. So when you hear me next time, I'm going to tell you like, your head is going to spin. It's because mine has been spinning. And I hope you could like put that together and get the scale of it. So logically, we have learned we are improving with better talent to take us to a more advanced technology. Not a line of code, not a product or office, country, one single staff member. None of that has moved or will move to the next chapter. And the fact that we're not revealing that, we're just silently and quietly building and developing. It's about sharpening our axe in a way, mentally, in terms of leadership, in terms of the logistics and the finance, this, that. We have to be. We're growing constantly, and we apply that to the new phase. We don't have any commonality between Onpassive and next chapter. We are not moving to Onpassive 2.0. Nothing from Onpassive is in the next chapter. Nothing. It's only going to be more powerful, more advanced, more secure. And I need to breathe. I've never disappeared, by the way. It just time didn't allow to have these public events while we were still, if not more, working and dealing with extra work in the background, and just enough information, to where to keep up a few that this is the direction. So we were aiming for a better technology or something rather disruptive in the past. We paused our activities, or at least sharing with you what's going on for a bit. And moving forward, what do we expect in the next phase of our business, or the next chapter, the new chapter? Would it be same technology, similar, better, all of that? I can assure you it will be only merely the latest technology and some more creative added technologies that are just like what I mentioned about the ability to uncode and discover ways of offering something that is more scalable, more stable, and more scalable, like more capacity, more unlimited, not a line of code, not a product or office, country, one single staff member. None of that has moved or will move to the next chapter in terms of usage and at a lower price. That is disruptive. That's going to really be, and that's another major reason we don't want to talk so much about the specifics, the mechanics. You got people who are not going to be pleased about this. It's going to cause a major threat to their current business model, at least the pricing aspect of it. Indeed, it will be the latest technology only, not a device, not a single line of code, not an image, not a website, none of that. Okay, we're talking about 2025 and some more creative tactics and strategies that I believe would be very unique to us.
And I hope you've missed us as much as we've missed you. Back to you, Chris.
But thank you for helping me with that part. But if you allow me, both of you, I want to add also that it should go without saying that logically it has to be better. How are we going to be excited about something like, is it going to be just what we've talked about or aimed for? We didn't achieve it as we wanted in the first place, okay? And you're going to realize later, okay, in the future, that we're glad it didn't happen. And why, okay? But at least for now, take it as it didn't happen to where we want it to be, but now it's not like we're just going to find a way how to get to that. No. That allowed us to change everything. It's like unplug and pull out and see the bigger, as Robin, says in her poster, a newer horizon, a broader one, fresh one, okay? We are not moving to Onpassive 2.0. We're not moving to a refurbished Onpassive. We don't have any commonality between Onpassive and next chapter, not a line of code, not a product or office, country, one single staff member. None of that has moved or will move to the next chapter. So it was you, myself, in a different business. Are we clear on that? Nothing from Onpassive is in the next chapter. Nothing. No employees, no locations, not a device, not a single line of code, not an image, not a website, none of that.